looks like a movie where I'm playing myself.
A very meta movie about the perils of celebrity. Tributes pour in for starchitect Frank Gehry, and we take a look back at the work of Britain's beloved photographer Martin Parr after his death too. That's all coming up in today's show. Well, first, as he returns to our screens with a new film, J. Kelly, George Clooney has been speaking to journalists here in France about his new lifestyle far from Hollywood. The actor and his wife have decided to raise their children in the south of France, and he's already made a good impression among the neighbours. Laura Di Biasio takes a look.
There's still a little improvement when it comes to his French.
Désolé, my French is horrible.
No.
It is horrible, so I'm learning, but I don't have it very good yet. So.
Indeed, George Clooney's trying, and where better to learn than in Brignoles, where he bought his traditional Provençal farmhouse 4 years ago. The actor and his wife are raising their twins here among the vineyards and the forest.
I drive them to school. There are laws against taking pictures of your kids here, which they don't exist in the United States. We wanted to have a place where we could have some safety for our kids and wanted them to have a normal growing up, and it feels like they're having a pretty normal life right now, so we're very lucky.
And when the mayor of Brignoles opened the new cinema, he had an enthusiastic ally.
He phoned me to say that he'd be here tonight. That's true, I promise.
Among the locals, the movie star didn't go unnoticed.
Allez, décale! Il est trop beau! Il est encore plus beau en vrai qu'à la télé.
George Clooney seems to be enjoying this new rural chapter of his life, even if initially it wasn't part of the plan.
I grew up on a farm in Kentucky, and I'm back on a farm. By the way, I tried everything to get off of a farm, and now I'm back.
Jay Kelly, so handsome.
In his latest film, J. Kelly, Clooney plays a Hollywood movie star who dedicated his life to his career. Plagued by regrets in his 60s, he decides to follow his daughter to Europe.
Where are we going?
Meg, where are we going?
France.
France.
France?
There's very little I don't like about France. I love the people.
And why not a French movie?
2 weeks ago, I did 10%, right? That's what's going on. Yeah. But we had a blast. I love it. I love that show.
Is that Jay Kelly?
In this latest film, J. Kelly has an exotic, slightly absurd experience on a train.
When I look at you, I see my whole life.
George Clooney says he's quite down to earth about public transport and that he loves a French TGV train.
Mad at me, Liz. The train was my idea.
That's the problem. I'm not allowed to be mad at you.
All you see is glory.
A titan of modern architecture who left an indelible mark on the profession. Frank Gehry died in California, aged 96, leaving behind sculptural structures like the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao and the Louis Vuitton Foundation in France, as well as other major urban landmarks. Here's a look back at his life and creations.
He was one of the giants of architecture. Frank Gehry passed away at the age of 96, leaving behind a colossal legacy and a distinctive style. A master of curves and sheet metal, the American-Canadian architect made a name for himself worldwide with the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao in 1997. Made of steel covered with titanium plates, the building was a resounding success and led to the rebirth of the city. The architect also designed the Gehry Tower in New York, the French Film Library, and in 2014, the Louis Vuitton Foundation, commissioned by businessman Bernard Arnault.
My client.
The challenge for the architect, to co-design a building that would blend into the Bois de Boulogne. He designed a structure made of 3,600 unique glass panels, resembling a boat with its sails billowing.
We had to make a building that was glass and ephemeral, and then that became sailing ships for me, a regatta, and blah, blah, blah. A sense of movement was important, that it looks like it's moving slowly through the Bois de Boulogne.
Frank Gehry received the prestigious Pritzker Prize in 1989, which is awarded annually to an architect from around the world. And he leaves behind one last work, a Guggenheim Museum which is set to open soon in the United Arab Emirates.
And the world of photography has also lost a beloved artist with the death of Martin Parr. Best known for his saturated colour shots of holiday resorts and opulent scenes, his unique portrayal of contemporary Britain saw his work compared to the candid images of Cartier-Bresson. Camille Knight takes a closer look at Parr's distinctive style and the body of work he leaves behind.
In his own words, Martin Parr made serious photographs disguised as entertainment. For decades, his lens captured the peculiarities of British life in vivid colour, his sharp eye revealing its humour and contradictions.
I go out and look for things that I think are interesting and show them.
Born in Surrey in 1952, Parr was only a teenager when he decided he'd be a photographer. Since then, he's published dozens of photo books, making his name with The Last Resort in 1986, the product of 3 summers spent on the beaches of New Brighton, capturing sunburnt holidaymakers, food wrappers and crying children. It's one of his most famous series, though it also drew criticism for how he portrayed working-class families from his privileged position.
I was middle class. I got some criticism, understandably, from people saying, what right does this middle class photographer have to go in and photograph a working class resort? So it struck me that I should actually do some work around my own class, because photographically they were the least represented of all the classes.
Other popular works include Small World, that focuses on mass tourism, Think of England with its exploration of the English middle class, and Life's a Beach, which further cemented his reputation as a master of social observation. He's largely credited for breaking the mould of documentary photography by moving away from black and white images and changing the way we think about it as an art form.
Photography is hugely popular. It is the most democratic art form in the world. So it's just making sure the establishment catch up and understand the real enthusiasm there is for photography.
His legacy continues with an exhibition in Paris called Global Warning starting in January 2026, an opportunity to revisit his iconic portfolio.
Well, next, some people go to the gym, others play conventional team sports, but there are also more quirky choices when it comes to physical exercise, inspired by scenes from popular films or books. Whether it's a lightsaber duel or a spot of Quidditch, these alternative sports are only growing in popularity, as Antonia Kerrigan reports.
Generations have dreamt of mastering the art of the lightsaber duel, like the Jedis of the Star Wars trilogy. Well, on Mondays in this gym near Paris, it's not so far-fetched. William Smets is not a Jedi, but a coach at this fencing club.
It's a martial art, a real one, with real stakes, but with a visual side, a playful side.
Once a week, his pupils take out their plastic sabres for 2 hours of training.
After work, a quick lightsaber session is a great way of letting off steam. It helps. You're up in space fighting evil.
They've all seen the George Lucas films, but it isn't a requirement.
It's nice because it gets you moving. It allows you to work on your balance. It's fun.
And it isn't just a pastime for hardcore fans. The French Fencing Federation has recognised it as a discipline since 2018, with its own rules, its own competitions, and 3,000 members to the various clubs in France. But if a galaxy far, far away is not your scene, the Harry Potter universe is also an option, with its most popular sport, Quidditch. A team game played by witches and wizards on brooms. Between the fantastical fields of Hogwarts and the real-life sport, though, there have been some adjustments. It goes by quad ball for rights reasons. And of course, flying is off the cards. Meet the French champions, the Frogs of Paris. Cécile is a chaser.
This is my broom, well, stick. It symbolizes the broom in Harry Potter.
And that's kick-off. 7 players per team, 4 balls, and a 200-page rulebook. Some supporters follow an online live stream with commentary, while others show up in the stands.
It's less violent than in the books and films, but with a bit of imagination, you feel like you're there.
Less violent and less magical, but it has appealed to more than 300 players in 14 clubs across France. enough for a national federation and a national team playing in international championships.
And finally, a journey back in time which puts us face to face with mammoth prehistoric animals. Discovering Dinosaurs is the latest immersive experience on offer at the Atelier des Lumières in Paris, a technological feat that recreates our own planet 66 million years ago. We'll leave you with a preview. Otherwise, do check in with us next time here on Arts24 for more movies, music, arts and culture. We're on social media too. See you then.
Journey back 1 million years to the Ice Age. From the Big Freeze to the Great Thaw, life finds a way. Discover a world beyond the ice. Come face to face with creatures that defy imagination. Where the surest way to survive is together. Prehistoric Planet Ice Age.